Welcome back. Alright, Mandalas Part 3. So, in our last episode, we created the symbol, we reflected it, and now we're going to move on. So, you'll see that there's some crazy looking boxes here. The boxes correspond to each half of the symbol. Alright, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to deselect them by clicking on the selection tool and then clicking on the background. So now we have nothing selected. So if I come over here and if I press Control L, whoa, look at that. I just created a new layer. Layer 3. Not only that, layer 3 is green. So let's change this to say Shape 2. Okay? We have not locked down layer 1 yet, so I can select my first symbol and I can duplicate that. And we did that in the last episode by hitting Control C, Control F, and now we have another copy of that. If I wanted to move that up to another layer, I can drag the red dot up to Shape 2. But the problem with that is that this is still symbol 1, and we want it to be symbol 2. So how in the world are we going to fix this? So what we need to do is to ungroup, and we can go up here under Object, and we can say Ungroup, or Control Shift G. Right? I'm going to lock down Shape 1 layer. I'm going to rename Shape 2. No, Shape 2 is good. So I'm going to come over here, and I am going to break the link, and I'm going to delete this. So now we need to give this a different color so that we can tell what's going on. I'm going to come over here to the swatches menu. Let's make that sucker a nice little turquoise blue. I think that'll work. How in the world did we get off? Alright, let's see if we can snap this back into place. So we're pretty good there. I'm going to select this and I am going to rotate it by clicking down here the same way we had earlier. And I'm going to hold down the Alt key. And you know what I can do this time? I can say minus 22.5. And let's see what happens. How about that? So we just rotated it clockwise and we moved it. Alright, and we have this new shape which is not necessarily a symbol. And I can prove that to you by going into our symbol layer, and all we have is the one green. So what if we hit F8 to make that a new symbol? And we're going to call this sucker Shape 2. And we're going to make that a graphic. Say OK. Good to go. Alright, so now coming back around here, I'm clicking my selection tool. I'm going to click on this. And I am going to go to my reflection tool. And if I click on the edge, and then I go this way, it's not going to give me exactly what I want, is it? So it didn't even copy it. Alright, so let's try this again. So I'm going to make a copy. I'm going to hit Control C, Control F. Alright, and if I click over here, and then way down here, and then I come back around, I can get it kind of close. It's not going to be exact, alright? So we can come over here and I can grab it by the end with my direct selection tool. I can let that constrain, and now I'm going to rotate that, and we're going to bring it back around by holding down the constrain key, which is the shift key. I'm going to click on the bottom point, and I'm going to move it around. So now we have a constrained copy, and I've rotated it back. It's reasonably close, but we really need to adjust that sucker. So if you didn't get that, let's go back and do that one more time. So I have my object. I go to the direct selection tool, down on the tip, to the center. Okay? And I am going to go to the rotate tool, and click it down here on the center, hold down the shift key, and pull that over one more time. Look at that. That one even worked just about perfectly. Let's zoom in, check it out, and make sure it's where we want it to be. I'm going to zoom in holding the Control spacebar, and I'm going to go to Control Y, which tells everything truthfully, because that is the nature of the wireframe mode. Looks pretty good to me. So let's zoom back out. Let's go back to Control Y to see preview mode. I'm going to click on one, click on two sides, and now I've got both of them selected. And what did we do the last time? We made it a group. So I'm going to hit Control G, and now I've got them all as a group. Control Z to move it back. Click on the grouped objects, which is now shape 2, right? So you can see that. And let's come in here to the rotate tool, and we're going to come down to the very center. I'm going to hold down the Alt key, and I am going to copy 45 degrees, and let's duplicate that all the way around. Whoa, check it out. It's looking like we're starting to get somewhere now. You know what? I'm feeling so good about this, I think I need to save it. Hit Control Save, and you'll notice that the asterisk goes away. So this is a wonderful point to do a save as and save our beautiful artwork so that we can come back and use this to make more fun. So tutorial 1, we are going to save as tutorial 2. We can turn off our structure layer. We don't need that much anymore. So let's do a save as. And we're going to call this tutorial 2. So let's open up Control. We'll go with Control Open, and we will open up tutorial 1 and see where we left off. So Control 1 still has everything in very good shape, and that basically sets us up. You'll notice that when I open another file, Illustrator has tabs. So you can see here, this is tutorial 1. All right, we can close that, and we're left with a copy of tutorial 1, which we are now calling tutorial 2.